4 Charlie Delta, radar contact 3 miles east from McClellan Airport. Document altimeter 29907, say altitude leaving, and verify climate at 9,500.
29907, leaving 2,000, going 9,500, 4 Charlie Delta.
While managing the project. So, you know, it comes down to, well, first of all, I want to make the point about flow, right? Some people call it karma, but it's you know, the Jews for years have called it flow. Put your money and your time into things that don't help people, then I think that you have greater risk of those things going bad.
Okay, we're going for takeoff mode. So this is just my busy time.
I'm really glad you closed the door during takeoff.
Doors are all shut. Full power coming in. Everything's in the green. We got 70 knots. We're going to let her just fly off.
Fort Charlie Delta, radar contact 3 miles east from McClellan Airport. Document altimeter 29907, say altitude leaving, and verify climate at 9,500.
29907, leaving 2,000, going 9,500, Fort Charlie Delta.
Fort Charlie Delta, right. Ray 374, Quebec radar contact. Boxer 1572, contact Mazer Tower 120.65.
So, one of the things I thought we'd talk about today, it's kind of interesting. I have a friend that worked for the Secret Service. He actually helped protect President Bush.
Yeah, but how do you know he worked for the Secret Service?
That's a good question. Said he did.
Probably wasn't a very good at keeping secrets.
So, when he was protecting the president, if there was an emergency, he would say, "Get down, get down." The Secret Service isn't allowed to say that under the current administration. Now, if there's an emergency, they say, "Donald, duck."
That's really funny. That's some good stuff.
Did that quack you up? You were talking about risk. One of the things that we do for risk on our instructing of clients is we use a system called Riskalyze that evaluates the risk. It puts a number on every investment from 1 to 100. 100 super risky and a 1 is no risk, like your money sitting in your bank account. Although I'd argue there's some risk to money sitting in a bank account, but you know what I mean, it doesn't go up and down.
Definitely a lot of inflation risk keeping your money in the bank account.
Yeah.
One of the ways I look at that, I always think about, maybe because I worked at Denny's while I was going to UC Davis.
Tango November, contact Oakland Center.
You said you worked at Denny's.
Yeah, I was so proud of my Denny's time. You know, I had, you know, the first month I worked there, I was a busser. The second month I was a server. The third month I was a night manager. The fourth month I said, "What the heck am I doing here?" and got the heck out. But I always think about food sitting on the counter dying. You know, just sitting up there, and the heat lamp's on it, and it's just slowly making it kind of gnarly, and you know, so when that money's just sitting in the bank account, not doing anything, not being put to work, it's just dying on the counter.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, and then also if I think about that, then I'm not as hungry. How important is it that
thank you.
to your clients is it that you put your money where your mouth is? That you,
very important. So typically
how do you deal with that?
Before I even will put a client's money in an investment, I do it myself first. Yeah, definitely it's important that
Derby Delta
I need to be doing whatever I'm suggesting.
I've always felt that understanding that basically that risk is about understanding the downside. So the more knowledge you have of that particular investment, that whether it's a category in real estate, it could be a specific real estate asset class. Understanding the specific downside and identifying that downside, and by knowing whether or not, you know, if you can weather that downside and you're comfortable with that downside, then you know, there's kind of the saying that the upside will take care of itself. But I think if it's a good, solid investment, and because of whatever different types of things happen, whether it's economy or market conditions, or so that downside comes. But then, because of the supply and demand of that particular investment, the upside's just gonna, when things turn around, just be worth that downside risk. So for me, risk is a lot about it's just understanding your worst case scenario. Are you okay with it?
I love what you say about that, because one of our words for the year has been education.
But then if someone like Warren Buffett says, well, what should most people do? He'll just say, well, put it in the S&P 500, put it in a diversified fund. And really what he's saying is that not everyone's suited to go out there and do the type of research and gain the knowledge.
Yep.
And put in the time, or even have the time to put in the time to do, so...
we have a whole group that researches 24/7.
2,600 climbing 6,500.
Yeah, so the average person can't be expected to do that.
Approach, Roger.
All right, what are we doing? What's our altitude? What are we at?
So
what are we going to?
We're at 9,500. I think we're going to stay here. We're from Truckee, we're only 30 miles out. We're trying to listen for the ATIS there. I don't have it, but I can listen, or I can look on my ForeFlight here and get an idea of what the weather's going to be.
What's our speed?
Ground speed right now is 183 knots, so we have a little bit of a tailwind.
Yeah, if you could pick it up to at least 185, I'd appreciate it.
You'd be happier.
What has been your biggest challenge this year with your company, or with investing, or finding investments, or?
Probably the biggest challenge was the surprise from the Federal Reserve dropping interest rates. I kind of thought that we were heading more for a slowdown in the economy and an adjustment in the stock market, at least a breather or a little bit of a downturn, and the opposite's kind of happened now with the Fed dropping rates. So,
why do you think that they did that?
I think that they just saw that with the trade war and everything, that our economy might need a little bit of a boost.
How high above these mountains are we?
We'll be at a little over 1,000 feet, 1,000 to 1,500 feet up here. That's why I'm hedging left a little bit, just to give us plenty of clearance.
Some of the golf courses we're going to play, that we're going to dominate.
Truckee Tower, Sierra 744, Charlie Delta, left-hand downwind 29er.
Sierra Sport Charlie Delta, runway 29er, clear to land.
Clear to land 29er, thank you, for Charlie Delta.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes annual golf fundraiser, Northern California versus Southern California.
Full flaps coming in.
Wow, that was kind of low and fast landing. I like it.
Yeah, I know you like low and fast.
Yeah, better tell somebody.
4 Charlie Delta, radar contact 3 miles east from McClellan Airport. Document altimeter 29907, say altitude leaving, and verify climb at 9,500.
29907, leaving 2,000, going 9,500, 4 Charlie Delta.